Good evening. It's 8 p.m. Moscow time, and we start our today's presentation. Good evening to all of you. And first of all, I call upon our newcomers and would like to give you one of the projects under Everidge umbrella. And this project is New Digital Evolution, or Digital Guarantees for short. And I will try to be very prompt with presenting the history of this project, and I would like to focus you on our new promotion that will be launched in early October, and there you will find a great opportunity to grow your network. And at the same time, there will be a good possibility to have a good earning. So let's start, and I hope that I will manage to do it within 1 hour. Next slide, please. If you don't know me, firstly, I will introduce I am an ambassador of the company in Italy, vice president under the Everidge affiliate program. I'm the project manager of NDE project, certified coach of Master Profi, host of the Genius of Finance, member of the association Generals of the World for Peace. People say that I'm a good speaker, and in addition to that, I'm a private investor. And hopefully you will assess on your own whether I am a good or bad speaker. Meanwhile, we start our today's presentation. Well, here you see the details of our project. Today, we will talk about this strategy that we, as the NDE project task force, has designed, how it will work, where we go, and I will present our plan of development. In addition to that, we will discuss those tools needed and what other steps are required and when. We will discuss the time frame and some examples of digital guarantees. And in the end, at the end of our presentation, there will be the promotion presented that will be launched on the 1st of October. If you are a new person and you don't know at all what a digital guarantee is, I will briefly explain. Digital guarantees were invented in the result of the crisis and chaos we are all suffering from over the last 2 years. Unfortunately, the pandemic radically changed all the business models and paradigms and the mode of the financial sector as well. And we change our habits fully today and face some impediments in terms of shopping, and the standard of life has changed, and there is a full change to the paradigm of our existence. Everyone understands that we need something new, as at present our Earth is quite at risk and our solvency is quite challenging, quite disputable, and not everyone is able to pay our utilities, rental fee for our apartments. And when financial banking institutions start looking through our credit rating, it may turn out that you are not insolvent anymore. And again, our solvency is at stake. But we would like the banking institutions and other financial institutions not to look at the profile of a specific person, his place of employment, his property, but to consider the assets in tokens and the value of these assets in the market and our digital shares. And we would like them to understand that these security tokens are a part of the global investment portfolio. Okay, so what is the strategy we pursue to develop this project? You may not know that our project is composed of many things. And here are the strategies we follow. The first one is the following: digital guarantees for the purposes of our community. We target the new economic evolution of the world. We aim to build it. And Andrei Havratov says that by 2030, we would like to cover 1 billion users, educated and trained financially, and therefore we take 50% of the overall number of our users, and we intend to spread the information about our project among at least 500 million users. This way, if we take 50% of the total issuance of our tokens, it means that there will be only 160 CRU tokens or world CRU tokens for each user. And to use these tokens as a guarantee for suppliers or financial institutions, token must have high value. Therefore, our strategy is to put the tokens onto the market so that the value increases. So there is the next strategy to actually remove tokens from the markets. So this is our strategy, because the more scarce some materials or commodities are, the more expensive they are. So the strategy number 2 is to take benefit of our club, which is called a club of millionaires or a club over 1 million. It will be an exclusive club, and you know that there are a lot of exclusive clubs worldwide, and there could be businessmen or some other wealthy people meeting and talking about business. And since we know that those people who they meet in their surrounding, in their club, they are the ones with money, they are credible, reliable, and could easily become their partners in future. And depending on how many tokens you have, starting from 1 million tokens and above, there will be the specific number of stars assigned. And globally, we will look for people with over 1 million tokens, and we will take into consideration tokens, either frozen or unfrozen, staked and UNTB as well, and only 40,000 people could get 14,000 CRUs stars, and so 14 people could get CRU stars, 66,000 will get world CRU stars, and 8,000 will get UNTB stars. Well, therefore, this is already a very prestigious opportunity, which is very limited. And indeed, the goal here is to freeze and to take out of the market the tokens. But by doing this, we will improve the standing of our entire community, where strategy 3 targets the businesses, the companies, and here the goal, the overall goal, is to have 10 million registered companies, and this way each company will have not more than 8,000 CRU or World CRU tokens. And you understand that there will be tough competition to buy our tokens to be able to take advantage of this service. Let's move on. Hopefully, I hope that you agree with these strategies and find them quite interesting. And now let's explore in detail strategy 1. Well, I said that there are 900,000 accounts already, wallets on our blockchain, and our aim is to capture 1 billion people, and our intention is that at least 50% of our community are the holders of our tokens. This is quite a simple example I will give you, but it enabled me to understand a lot. And now I recall when we take our educational courses, such as Master Profi, and I remembered 8 rules of a private investor, and rule number 1 reads about freedom and independence from the point of view of finance use. And here you see that monthly salary over 10 years will make up 120 salaries to be paid out. And now let's discuss what is the difference between financial independence and financial freedom. A person may understand how long, how many years he doesn't need a job by living on his savings. But here I can live by having passive income or by using my savings. After the relevant procedures, quite often we underestimate. We have a smartphone and our security token. Who today doesn't have a smartphone, no matter which salary or wages he gets? So let's assume that we managed to buy the cheapest phone, and so that this amount spent equals to the amount to buy 160 world CRUs. You may know that today world CRU costs $1, and this information is for our newcomers. To say, today I invest $160 into the cheapest smartphone. How much will it cost 10 years after? Nothing. And quite likely it will not survive so long. And I will have to replace my smartphone several times. But should I invest the same amount of $160 into tokens and keep them until 2030, 10 years? Why I took this period of 9 or 10 years? Because this is the average term maturity of medium-term investing, so that we can see the period of changes in value of our investment. Well, in 2030, for instance, our token could cost even $1,000. And what happens? It will change my life. Now, there are no alternatives to such an investment. But look, we can make some investment that will have a very high yield of 1,000, 10,000 US dollars. But here we talk about the investment which is affordable to anyone. If we are talking about investing into some insurance policies, then I will make my monthly contributions to my insurance agreement. Whereas here, the situation is simple. You, as a lump sum, make an investment to buy security tokens and forget about it. But what will provide me a guarantee that the price of the token may increase from $1 US to 1,000? And we may build on those historical data of other cryptocurrencies. For instance, you remember other cryptocurrencies used to cost before and now. And all this is quite likely and the strategy that you may use to talk to your new people, new prospects who still are not certain. Next slide. And here, let us talk about your importance of being a member of the Millionaires Club. This is our strategy number 2. Solution A is the assumption that we already have 900,000 existing users in the community. We will keep these people informed about the existence of our club. We will tell them that there they can conclude or execute some transactions. And in addition to that, we follow a rule of diversification. That means we don't keep all the eggs in one basket. And in this club, our golden entrepreneurs, and we see that there are different meetings and people meet each other, businesses meet each other, and they establish contacts and execute transactions, not as part of our community, but in other spheres of life. Well, in addition to that, we have the second group of people who may be who may be interested, and they are collectors, those people who take up collecting of anything. So some pieces of art or some cars, other objects. So these collectors may be interested as well, or some people may have over 100 million tokens, but there will be those with only 100,000. And if we explain to these people that this is a very exclusive solution for those people, for our stars that hold our tokens, they will buy them because they're interested in this exclusive offering. And in addition to that, we can offer our tokens to members of other exclusive clubs, such as aerospace club, golf clubs, and those groups of people who prefer being a member of any prestige group in the society. And strategy 3, and this is a cherry on the pie of the digital guarantees, and this is a business register. And here we would like to register 10 million companies, and solution number 1 is to create a register of private individuals with 450,000 users by 2022, and these figures could be much higher. Why we selected this figure? Because we have 900,000 users with crypto wallets. Therefore, it's enough to inform them all, and at least 15% of them will agree to be included into the register of private individuals for digital guarantees. What does it mean to become a part of the register? It means to become a part of the community that, thanks to our tokens, will get different services, as if you can buy some specific services, but instead of real cash, you will use your tokens as a guarantee, and this token, thanks to the increase in value of security tokens and thanks to an increase in the value of our investment portfolio, today you may invest one token, whereas tomorrow you will get additional profit, and instead of one service that could be provided today, you will be provided 10 services tomorrow. And we can use digital guarantees in our operations between individuals and businesses, and it should become habitual to any operation, to any business. And for this, we will create sections in the register, and in each category, there will be at least 200 companies, and you will learn more in Promo 200 how we can do it. And by the way, by means of Promo 200, we can register these 200 businesses in each category. We can work with commercial associations and teach them in the use of digital and crypto world for their operations. Because you remember, before the pandemic hit, there were some postponement of payments, whereas today it is not possible in most cases anymore. And in case now, there is a possibility to guarantee 100% to the suppliers that the payment will be affected, and this payment will not be stuck somewhere, or it will not turn out into receivables, then the supplier will actually do a favor to the customer, as he has more trust and he will have more transactions executed, where the digital guarantee allows you to achieve or to develop a solution that will be win-win for everyone. Next slide, and here I will try to explain what I mean.
Now, imagine that you are going for a trip and you have a full drive car, four-wheeler. And when we go for a trip, we need several things. First of all, we need 4 wheels for the car to be able to go to the direction where we'd like to get. Also, it needs a spare tire for emergencies. And now let's compare it to our everyday life. Thanks to digital guarantees, we get our vehicle, a car that will take us to the next level. So the first wheel is the basic package, which will allow private individuals to, for example, rent cars or real estate, because real estate agencies will be using tokens as collateral. And those tokens will be growing in value. Money, if not used, lose their purchasing power. And at the end of the rental period, we're going to receive an amount which is even higher than the original collateral, maybe 2, 3, 10 times more. Also, staking rewards will allow you to cover your rental payments, at least in part. And this is how we are going to have to ensure reliability and the assurance that the landlord will be receiving their monthly rental payments thanks to the tokens, and the customer will be happy because thanks to the staking reward, they will be receiving some kind of money and will be paying their rental payment. And also it might be interesting for food stores because clients may receive a certain pledge, like collateral again, in the form of staked tokens, and the suppliers can freeze the prices on some of their products, and by blocking those prices, I know that I will be spending the same amount in December or in January as the amount that I paid spent in December, for example, knowing that the price will not increase. It's like an option or a future. And then we have the second wheel. It's the package plus, where I can rent bikes, boats, even aircraft. Then I can pay for some expensive furniture or household appliances. It will also provide me health insurance, and I can travel around because, again, I use my tokens as collateral, and the value of the tokens will grow over time. So we discussed the two front wheels. Now let's talk about the two hind wheels. And in the cars with the driving back wheels, this is use those wheels to accelerate, right? And here we're talking about packages for companies such as limited companies, group of companies, LTDs, and private entrepreneurs. And here we can leave our tokens as a guarantee for companies to be able to lease equipment, rent that equipment, to effect major cargo transportation, and also to use them for escrow accounts. And also it is totally acceptable in the conventional business to leave huge amounts of money as collateral for the transaction to be completed. And this is where the tokens come in handy, because they are acceptable to both the supplier and the customer. The supplier will know that if payment doesn't go through, they can claim those tokens, sell them, and get their money back. But if something goes wrong, if, for example, one wheel becomes flat, one tire is flat, we always have a spare tire, which is the entire set of banking services that we can resort to in case of a crisis. 90% of everything that we're doing are usually expenses, are usually our regular expenses, like utility bills, maybe expenses to buy new furniture, go somewhere abroad. In case of companies, it's contracts between customers and suppliers, and maybe 2 or 3 times a lifetime, we are asking banks for some big amounts of money. And this is like a contingency. That's why we call it a spare tire, because you do not regularly use it. It's in exceptional cases that you use them. But I would like our digital guarantees to become part of our everyday life. So what the digital guarantee offers and how it works. Okay, then. The NDE project offers digital technology training or training on digital technologies. And you can see we have licenses M, A, B, C, D, and E. You know that we are living in the 21st century. It's an entirely new, brave world. We're talking about smart contracts, blockchain, but believe you me, 90% of companies and global population are fully unaware of this business sector and this world, because for many people it is quite a novelty yet. And for people to understand what they need to do and how they can do it, we set forth training requirements. So depending on whether you are a private individual or a company, legal entity, you need to go through proper training or take the training course for people to understand what they're doing and what they're working with. And just imagine that we are always in a hurry. We have less and less time. Nowadays, we have an even less time available to us because we're trying to catch up things that we lost or missed during the pandemic. And that's why we are in such a active and hasty life. Very often we run out of time. And that's why we have developed AI-based training courses. We're talking about short 20, 30 minutes long lectures here. And depending on the package that you are going to purchase, you can take them in a series, like consequentially, consecutively, one after the other, picking maybe the lessons that you think you need most. But anyways, this course is fully digitalized and you can take it remotely at a place and time of your convenience. And by taking a conscientious approach to what you're doing, you will be able to use the entire set of our services. So smart contracts can be concluded between individuals and individuals, which is C2C, between companies and companies, which is B2B, business to business, between companies and individuals, business to clients, and between private companies and financial organizations / banks. So probably there will be smart contracts concluded with the governments or of certain countries. There is this optionality, and we can have access to public procurement tenders for major contracts and services. And of course, entrepreneurs will be receiving certain benefits from that, because previously small-time companies didn't have access to such big contracts. Let's go to the next slide and see what's our goal, where we want to go. So private users first. We are pretty much sure that we will be able to involve 50% of our community, plus we will be able to find 1 million new people. Because when you come to a company and tell them, look, we already have quite a lot of users who are ready to use this service and are ready to purchase the goods of certain companies, then of course, companies and business owners will stand in a line to be part of such a project, which literally line up. And companies also are in need of loans, credit funds, and we are already negotiating with certain banks. And the digital guarantees will be available through banks and for banks when the token is listed with at least 2-3 exchanges, when it is listed on the coin market cap, when we have 3 months activity in the market, and when we have 15,000 registered users in each country, which means 15,000 potential users. So the banks that we have that we are negotiating with are ready to accept digital guarantees on the conditions that you can see on the slide. 15,000 users in each country is not that big of an number, and I'm sure that in a couple of months we will be able to achieve our goals. Let's go to the next slide, please, and see what kind of instruments we offer. We already have explained in nutshell what kind of a project it is and how it should be delivered to other people and companies, because when you learn how to present the project and the product, it will be an easy task to promote it and to disseminate information about it. We have already prepared short clips and a video presentation as well. All you have to do is to simply send those materials to your counterparty. You won't have to chase business owners and trying to explain them the benefits. You will have video clips, you will have a video presentation, you will have websites to refer them to. And there will be also an FAQ section in it, and also a distance or remote learning section there as well. Also, we are offering training courses for digital sellers to become a digital seller, which is a new profession created in our community. And they will be receiving quite solid commission when selling our packages. Also, we are providing training courses in your language. We have them in 12 languages. Also, we are providing you with a platform for smart contracts on crypto unit blockchain. The tokens will be locked through a smart contract to ensure that the obligations are met by both parties of the contract. There will be a 2-factor authentication to FA, and now we are launching quite a wonderful promotion, which is promo 90 and promo 200. And this is a fantastic offer that we're going to discuss in literally a couple of minutes. Let's go to the next slide, please. And we would like to show you what we have done so far, so that you and we are on the same page and you can assess how much work has been done so far. So we've developed 10 slides of a presentation available in now in 9 languages: Italian, Russian, Spanish, English, Arabic, Dutch, Hindi, French, and Romanian. We have prepared a License M course available in 5 languages: Italian, Russian, Spanish, Arabic, and English. We also prepared the License A course available in 5 languages: Italian, Russian, Spanish, Arabic, and English. license A contains more information than license M, because now you have access to banking services with it. And then we have a ready course for digital sellers available in the same 5 languages. And maybe some of you listening to this presentation might say, I want to be able to sell this course. I want to be able to provide, to offer this service. I would like to work with EvoRich and including the NDE project. So what you need to do is you need to purchase and take the course for a digital seller. As for the smart contracts, the design is 100% ready. The graphic part is 100% ready as well. And the realization is 65% ready. They will be available in 14 languages. We are uploading them already onto the server. We're still waiting for all the contracts to be uploaded in all the languages, but I'm sure that by the end of October, the work will surely be completed, and the programmers who are doing that work, they promised us that by the 31st of October, all the smart contracts will be 100% ready and uploaded onto the server. So I wanted to tell you what needs to be done so that we are also aware of what we still have to do. And here we would like to have your help as well, because I would like to find people who are ready to join this project. And I wanted to show to you what we can and should do together. So we should be on the lookout for different companies belonging to different categories, working in different sectors like car rental, real estate rental, utilities like electricity, gas, telephone communication, also health services, food products, and so on. Also, we will be focusing on associations of business owners and entrepreneurs, and we will be offering them the opportunity to onboard through promo 90, whereas promo 200, whereas promo 90 aims at individual companies. So what's going to happen? We're going to gain worldwide recognition of the profession of the digital consultant. And when you tell me, yes, we are 100% with you, then we will find 100 NDE leaders in at least 100 different countries. We will open 100 NDE offices across the world. And you'll ask me what an NDE point or office is. It is a place where our clients and stakeholders, interested parties can come and get all the information, all the materials, all the assistance they might need to operate their back office, advertising and promotional materials. We don't want to have 300 square meters offices or office in just one place. No, we would like to spread them as far as possible, like diversification. It will be small offices, or let's say a network, a chain of offices across the entire world. It's like a blood circulation system. Blood reaches every point of our body, and that's what we're going to do with our network of offices. We will have global presence, and our goal is to have 2,000 members in each particular country, digital consultants. We will have 15,000 members per country in order to be able to receive microcrediting services. And here we are cooperating with the Association of Business Owners, ALIM, and microcrediting for up to 10 to 15,000 euros can be quite useful for households and small companies. And those people who took the course of a digital seller, when we have 50,000 of them, or digital consultants, they will be recognized at the global level as digital consultants as a profession. And that's how we create the new profession. And that's how this profession can get recognized worldwide. For example, they will be on the same level as engineers, construction experts, teachers, doctors. And now we are going to discuss how we're going to achieve all those targets that we've just discussed. Let's go to the next slide and let's see what ALIM is and why it is so important for us.
ALIM is an association of free entrepreneurs. This is an association of employers that targets both small and medium-sized enterprises as well as large-sized businesses. And the team of this association has a team of technical consultants at their disposal that make up the branches of the association capable of supporting them in administrative, fiscal, and legal matters, offering advice and training on safety and prevention, health and hygiene, the environment and quality, as well as services of access to microloans. And being a member of this association, the fee is 60 euro per year. And next slide, there is a surprise for you. Here, we will see that ALIM, together with Digital Guarantees Project, had negotiations. ALIM will promote the recognition of the profession digital consultant, developed microloans, and create its own retirement fund. And we are talking about the retirement benefits for our digital consultants. And moreover, it will open a door to a totally different world. We may attract personnel, and they will be eager to cooperate with us as they will be certain about their future. And we, like the Alice in the Wonderland, can get to this Wonderland. And I don't want to promise you anything we don't have now. NDE will provide digital trainings and digital tools to provide services in a digital world. And we will change the financial paradigm of any household worldwide. And you simply need to learn more about us and be eager to join our project. Well, I don't want to delay you for another 30 minutes, and as promised, I managed to fit in 60 minutes only. We will now talk about our promotions, 90 and promo 90 and promo 200, and I will do my best to present this to you very quickly. Yes, we have a lot of many things to tell you. And every time when I start talking about digital guarantees, indeed, I feel very energetic and enthusiastic trying to present all this to you as I've been in this project for 2 years, and I'm so grateful to our entire team, and most of our personnel are working for free as they see the great potential in this project. And next time I will call their names, as they all actually deserve your acknowledgement and recognition. But now let's talk about Promo 19. Well, Promo 19. Some time ago, our community started to complain that we don't sell educational packages anymore with the bonuses in tokens. But we cannot present tokens anymore, as now they are to be bought from a Swiss company called UGPay, and we sell only digital education. But we would like to have as many companies in our community, and we decided to reduce the price of our education so that all those companies that would like to become a part of our project can easily do it. To say, I am a business and would like to become a part of the project, I sign up free in the back office of our headquarter company. Since the 25th of August to the 30th of September, I buy World CIU tokens from UGPay with the minimum amount of 1,000 US dollars. Then I go to the back office of the Academy of Private Investor, and there I buy a license for my company. And thanks to my attaching a document proving that I bought World CIU tokens, I may benefit from a discount varying from 90 to 40% for my educational course. We want all this money that the company will allocate to education, understanding the economic crisis faced everywhere and the situation of the company. We want each of you to enjoy your possibility to buy our tokens as well. And therefore, I hope that you will take advantage of this offer. Next slide, please. And I will explain what we plan to do to have 1 million companies. And then I will show you that the companies will not spend a lot. They will spend a little to pay for our educational packages. Well, through your help, we hope that in October, we will be able to register 2,000 companies. We fully agree and sure that we will find at least 100 leaders worldwide. We may have 100 leaders in each country, but the plan is like this. And what is the role of these leaders? The leaders will become our digital sellers that will be able to execute smart contracts. And while they take this digital educational course for a digital seller, they need simply talk to 4 companies or even more. So they may share this with more companies, but even if they sign up to the project at least 4 companies each, then it will result in each of these companies will share this as well. And then for each from our 100 leaders, there will be 16 companies. And this way we can get a figure of 1,600 companies. In addition to that, we hope that there will be two groups of two businesses that will take advantage of this promotion. And you know that in our communities, there are many companies registered. And I believe that it will be quite easy peasy for our experienced partners to find at least 4 businesses each. And YouGain has been launched as well. And by using this app, you will find it easier to do it. And, you know, I'm getting more excited and passionate, and I can visualize these figures we can reach, but I don't want to imagine a lot. I want to be realistic with you. Next slide. Do you remember our four-wheeled car? And now we will look at our strategy for November. Our 100 leaders. I believe the previous slide is needed. Our 100 leaders. Yes, this one. Thank you. Wait a minute. Well, our 100 leaders will find and sign up their 4 companies, and our goal is to have 8,000 companies in November 2021. Next slide, please. So our expected figures that could be reached by following this promo 4 by 4. Don't be scared of these figures. Laugh at them, because we are a huge company. And if I continuously do this math, 4 to be multiplied by 4, we will have over 1 million companies in March 2022. And since we know that we may find it easy to say now, but there may be some delays or some other bottlenecks and etc. Therefore, our target is 1,600,000 companies, but I reduced that figure intentionally and with an assumption that someone may not buy, or to say there is 1 million businesses and each of them buy at least 2,000 World CIU security tokens to get access to digital guarantees. And this way, we will have 2 billion World CIUs at use. Next slide. And the individual entrepreneurs or self-employed people, his package used to cost $2,500,000 US, and there will be a 90% discount, meaning that the price will be 250,000 plus 1,000 US worth investment in the purchase of World CIU security tokens. Limited liability companies, instead of paying 5,000 to buy their educational package, they will pay only 500 US, and the stock companies, instead of 12,500, will pay 1,250, and the minimum amount to be invested into the purchase of World CIU is $5,000. And holdings, instead of the price of $25,000, will pay $2,500 to buy the educational package, and at the same time they have to invest at least $10,000 to buy World CIU. So you see the difference. Before, the price for a holding was $25,000, and now the holding has the savings as well as it buys the asset, the World CIU security tokens. This is a great possibility for everyone. But what do I need? I need to take an educational course. I need to buy tokens. And at the same time, I need to have a code to be entered into the register. So this is the code as your ID in NDE company. Before, it cost $2,500 for each of our category, and we decided that it will be offered as part of the promotion. And here you see these figures. The standard price for everyone is $2,500, whereas the promotional price is $500, $750 for limited liability companies, $1,000 for stock companies, and $1,500 for holdings. And now let's have a look at how much our digital sellers will earn. If you take an example of our self-employed people or individual entrepreneurs, you will see that the remuneration of the digital seller it will include not only the commission from the sales of educational package and the sales of World CIU, but in addition to that, a digital seller earns $150 as a commission from selling the code of registration, and the remuneration of the digital seller will increase $150, $200, $250, and $300, but the registry code, the commission will be given to commissions for the sale of the code for the registry will be given to digital sellers only, whereas the commissions from the sale of educational package and the World CIU security tokens will be distributed through the network. And as soon as the company understands its benefits and enters the register of companies, the company may inform their clients or counterparties about this possibility, and these companies will always work with our signalers, and signalers are important figures that will earn high commissions. And we talked about the discounted price for promo 90, and now let us have a look at details of promo 200. Well, promo 200. This means that I am an association. And to say there are 200 entrepreneurs, the association gets for free the largest educational package that is aimed at holdings. In addition to that, all the companies, 200 companies, will be registered under the association, and 8% will be earned by the association by or through selling each and every educational package. A digital seller that signs up and closes this deal, he will earn his commission. And let us have a look at this remuneration. Here you may read that there is the revenue from the licensing, the overall amount we may get by selling licenses to over 1 million companies. And I indicated this here so that you understand that everyone will have its return, as the returns or proceeds from the sales of World CIUs and educational package are a part of the global investment portfolio. Everyone will be remunerated even without doing anything. And I will change this slide. So remuneration for any person who may find the association composed of 200 businesses that will participate in our project. You may take home.
Unfortunately, the slides are not updated, but let me tell you this in words. Okay, now we have the figures in the numbers. You see that the digital seller's fee, if they fulfill the promotion requirements, can be 20,000 euros. So the first, we will have a free membership for a year. In Alim, you get it as a gift, and you can save quite a lot of money. And the commission of the digital seller, again, can be $20,000. So in the Italian room, it says 25,000 euros, which is going to be your remuneration if you're able to register within our system 200 LLCs, limited liability companies, not self-employed entrepreneurs. Whereas in the previous case, you see, you have to register 200 individual entrepreneurs, which will pay 300 euros, and your commission can be 20,000. Whereas when you work with LLCs with a license for 500 euros, your commission as a digital seller can be 20,000 euros. But of course, there might be some costs, work-related expenses. In this case, there will be, I think, 2% costs, which will be spent on concluding smart contracts. And let's go to the next slide and see the numbers here. And I really worked hard on the math here. And if someone told me about it, I wouldn't believe myself. So what I did, I divided the 10 million companies into 3 phases. Phase 1 is 2021 to 2024. It's the pandemic phase. where we're going to register 3 million companies using 35 billion tokens as collateral. So let's take 35 billion tokens to be purchased for digital guarantees. Every guarantee will cost $500. The companies will pay 2% for smart contracts, and that's how we can get 350 billion as a profit. So using the same formula, we can calculate the profits for the next 2 or 3 years. Phase 2 is 2025 to 2027. It's the market readjustment, where we're going to register 5 million companies with 50 billion tokens used as collateral, with 700 billion profits. Well, you can call me a fantasizer or a dreamer, but I can tell you that this is a totally realistic number. The more tokens are used as collateral, the more in demand they become, and the higher its value can be because of the deficit. And the higher the token, the value of the token, the more dividends we're going to get. And at phase 3, which is 2028 to 2030, with economic recovery, there will be 10 million companies registered with 75 billion tokens as collateral, which might not be even possible because of the high demand for tokens. People will be holding it and companies will be holding it. And that's where the estimated profit can be as high as $1.5 trillion. And I'm sure that by then our tokens will be costing way more than its current price. And even if it's the token cost is $1,000, then just by making 2% of this product, we can get $1.5 trillion. And this is only digital guarantees we're talking about here. And then we'll have other projects launched by then, the diamond production project, the gold mining projects, Ugain will be in full swing by then. And it will all be working as a single unit. And then the companies will be carrying out transactions between them. And we have a platform for that as well. And there will be an opportunity for us to have online sales, and it will all bring commissions. That's why we should take a positive look, look positively, at things, and always look on the bright side of life. And I need, I guess, 5 more minutes to finish my presentation. And I know what kind of emotions we get when we see like 700 billion or $1.5 trillion. And it simply makes you want to cry, like, guys, don't miss out on this opportunity. I would like to cry it out to the entire world. And I just imagine how our community is growing, and we won't even have to do anything. We already have 900,000 digital wallets, and even just half of that community finds just one company. Imagine what kind of numbers we can achieve. Let's go to the next slide. So what do I have to do? Well, should do. Quite easy. If I like the project, I purchase the license. Additionally, everyone needs to have a digital license A, including digital sellers and signalers, informers. I need to be included in the rating. I need to get my rating card, which will ensure reliability and will allow us to use tokens for anything like car rental, real estate rental. Let's go to the next slide. And let's take a look how the license can be of use. License M first. We're talking about private individuals at first, but it applies the same to the companies as well. So it can be used for, like, as I said, real estate rental. It can be used for utilities, health services, and everyday costs. And also we have a promo 50 to be applied to license A. Here you can work with legal entities, companies, and physical individuals as well. And also you can use digital guarantees to work with financial entities, institutions as well. Now, just imagine house rental with digital guarantees. For example, a landlord, the owner of the apartment that you would like to rent, accepts our tokens as collateral. The owner of the token stakes them. Also, both parties have to purchase the license. We get our digital rating, and then we also, the client gets the apartment or house, or the house for rental using tokens as collateral. And also there will be rewards, remuneration received from the staking of the tokens, which will help you partly cover your rental payments. Let's go to the next slide. And I will show you the difference between purchasing a car with and without tokens. For example, I'm a token holder and I decide to sell tokens. Maybe I'm crazy enough to sell my tokens because I want to purchase a new car. So I buy myself a new car. What happens in 10 years? The cost, the value of my car is almost zero. I paid high maintenance costs, paid money to, body shops, and I run out of cash. And I still need money to buy myself a new car. So yes, I sold my tokens, I have money, I'm happy, but then I spend that money to buy myself a new car. The car gets old, breaks down, and I'm not happy anymore. I'm sad. And now I need to find new money to buy myself a new car. So what happens if I use my tokens in a different way? Let's go to the next slide. So I'm a token holder. I took the training course. I'm a private individual. Maybe I received license A, or if I'm a business entity, I can be license C. Maybe I need a truck for my business. So I stake my tokens, I make a smart contract, and I rent a car. So what happens in 10 years? I still have a brand new car. My tokens are safe and secure. They're staked. My value capital has increased because the value of the tokens has increased. I used wonderful cars because properly working cars, because I never spent a cent on the maintenance of the car, on the insurance and occasional repairs. And also I received my reward from staking that helped me cover the car rental fees. And again, I have my new car every day, and I don't have to maintain it. And again, as I said, you have to be absolutely insane to sell your tokens and use that money to buy yourself a car. So let's go to the next slide and analyze the house rental or home mortgage without digital rating. So imagine a young couple who want to buy a house. They need to have work experience. They need to have a certain bank rating with the bank. They need to have a employment contract for a certain period of time. It can be long-term employment. Then they have to work practically on a permanent basis from like 9 to 7, 9 to 6, 9 to 7, 5, 6, or 7, and then they will pay quite a big chunk of their salary to the bank as mortgage payment. And what if I have tokens? Let's take a look on the next slide. What if I have tokens? For example, I'm a token holder. I'm a young person, and I decide to join this project. I have my digital rating over, I develop my digital rating over the period of 1 to 3 years. I go to the bank asking for a loan, mortgage loan, that would allow me to purchase my house or an apartment. The bank accepts my tokens as collateral, and they're very happy about that because the tokens are liquid assets. And if I fail on my mortgage payments, then the banks won't have to sell my property. Instead, the bank can claim those tokens and have their money back, sell them and have their money back. That's why banks will be interested in this strategy, operational strategy. And now let's take a look at the potential turnover that one can create starting from today until 2030. Let's take a look at the next slide. And we are talking about dividends for all of us here, and people who are going, commissions for people who are going to work within this project. So in 10 years, we'll be able to subscribe 500 million people. They will be paying for their training packages, let's say an average $200. Well, there might be some promotions running. The average price might be lower, but let's assume it's $200. So we can have a turnover of $100 trillion. Which means 40 billion commission, which will be given to our community. Also, there will be additional turnover from the trainings provided to companies, which will be $50 trillion. Now, take 75 trillion, it says billion, but it should be trillion, multiplied by 1,000, and you get 75,000 trillion dollars. Well, is it called quadrillion, right? 75 quadrillion dollars. And this is going to be the turnover of our company and add here the 2% fee for concluding smart contracts. You might call me crazy, but I'm more than sure that those figures are quite realistic. And I showed you the strategy. What you need to do is just onboard one company per month per person. And we need to be positive about it. We need to look always on the bright side, always look for the silver lining. And we can tip the balance, thanks to us being positive, thanks to our energy. We will be able to get to the next level. And I'm sorry for keeping you waiting or to taking your time. It's not really 1 hour as I promised, but I have quite a lot of things in store for you, things that I could tell you. I have so many aces down my sleeve, but I will be sharing that information only with people who will be attending this webinar next week. Bye-bye.